Yo, it's good. So I got an updated settings video here because I see a lot of people struggling with performance, stability, FPS and shit. So basically these are all the settings that you can use to basically get your game to perform way better. So I'm gonna go through like everything start to finish. So the first thing you wanna do is you wanna come down to your search bar and type in graphic settings, yeah? Once you're in here, you're gonna have a list of games. You can see I already have ARK added here. I done this previously, but for you this probably won't be here by default. So to find it, you're gonna want to click Browse, go to your local disk, Program Files 86. You're gonna scroll down until you see Steam. And here you're gonna go down to Steam Apps, and then in here you're gonna go to Common. You're gonna go to ARK Survival Ascended. Click on it. Once you're in here and you see engine and shooter game, go up to the top right, just type in the letter A, and then you see this pop up. You want to go for the bottom one, not the BE, the bottom one. You're going to double click that and it's going to get added. All you're going to do is click on it, go to options, change this window here, check it, high performance, click save. But yeah, once you've done that, you want to close out of there. And you're going to want to go, if you use NVIDIA, these are all NVIDIA settings. So if you use AMD, then yeah, unlucky. But these are for what I use and it works really good for me. So you want to go to your NVIDIA control panel. And at the top, you want to make sure that it's on use the advanced 3D image settings. Go to your manage 3D settings. And then once you're in here, you want to just copy everything I've got. So low latency mode, most people just have this on. I'm actually testing ultra, so I'd recommend just putting this on. Maybe not on ultra, but I'm testing it out, so yeah. But for the most part, just copy all of my settings if you have them. And here, just pause the video and go back if you have to. But yeah, that's pretty much it for in here. Yeah, after that you want to go to display, change resolution. You want to make sure that your PC is on your highest resolution and refresh rate possible. You want to be on the highest bitrate, RGB full 8B PC. Then you're going to go to adjust desktop color settings. Once you're in here, there's only one setting you're going to have to change, and it's going to be digital vibrance. Right now this changes a lot. So I want you to go to reference image and select image number 3, for example, right? So if you move this, it's by default should be at 50. So you can see if you go from 50 to 100, do you see how much more the colors just pop? So it really depends on your eyes, right? I got terrible eyes, so I sit around 80. But you could be up higher than that, and it just makes colors just pop so much more, and it looks so nice. But yeah, once you've done that, just make sure that you like click on another tab. It will ask you to save it. Make sure you save it all, close out of that, and then obviously you're good to go. So basically that's it for optimizing. There's one more thing you can do, which is go to your settings and system. Then from here you want to go to power and make sure your power mode is on best performance. Like, don't have any of that like eco shit on your PC or anything. Like, you want to make sure it's that. But the next step, you want to actually be on ARK, so I'll show you like the best settings and stuff in game as well, and some like really good codes that you can use to help with FPS. But yeah, yo. So we're back on ARK, and basically these are the best settings in game and everything else that I'm going to show you. So currently at Red Ob I'm getting like 120 to 150 without doing any of these implementations. So yeah, basically let's get into it. So your settings, audio doesn't make a fucking difference. You want to have, make sure you're windowed full screen. It's pretty important. I wouldn't put your resolution scale past 50 unless you're trying to cripple yourself. Everything on low. Low. Everything. And then adjust brightness. Keep all that shit on default. So I run a RTX 4090 with an i9 13.9K. Like, I can handle higher graphic settings, but from a competitive aspect, it's just not smart to do that, you know? I'm a competitive player trying to get the best frames and performance possible, and the game still looks beautiful without it, so yeah. Max frame rate. Normally I uncheck and don't cap, like I unlimit my frames on every game I play, but for some reason when I do that it keeps putting 60 in the box and it kind of bugs a little bit. Sometimes I feel like it's capping me, so I just checked it and put 500. You might find something else works better for you, but yeah. Motion blur off, light bloom off, light shafts off, low light enhancements off. Make sure all this shit's off, all of this all the way to the left. Turn that off, and put this to 0 and save. Under RTX, make sure DLSS is off, and NVIDIA Reflex low latency, turn that off as well. Under UI, you want to make sure that you have disable menu transitions on. You want to have torpidity effects off. And under camera, you want to make sure camera view bob is off. Camera FOV is on 100. Camera shake scale all the way to the left. And make sure player camera mode is off, dyno camera mode off, and disable third person camera interpolation is on. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the in-game settings. But now that you've done that, you got to do all the console commands. So as you can see, I'm sitting around 150 right now. So I'm gonna do this one command. I'll put all these in the comments. This one's r.VolumetricCloud 0, and when I enter that, as you can see, the clouds disappear, and I actually went up in FPS. I'm now 160, so we're creeping up there. Okay, so this next code that I'm gonna enter actually gets rid of the grass and the foliage around me, as you can see. So it's called grass.enable space 0, and when I hit that, you'll see that slowly the grass around me will start to disappear, which is helpful. And my FPS went up a little bit, but that's basically like cut out a lot of places where people can be hiding. So just from a competitive aspect, that's really good. So I'll show you the next one as well. Okay, so this next one actually gets rid of all the shadow effects. So you can see here I have a little shadow. Even these bushes are casting shadows. So if you open this up and you type in r.ShadowQuality 0, you notice that all the shadows disappear and my frames are more steadily sitting up at like 140, 150. It's pretty nice. So the game's starting to look a bit more playable. And I'll show you the next one. So this next one's kinda like a late game more so. If you're early game and you're actually trying to farm and shit, probably not too helpful. But as you can see, this one actually gets rid of pretty much everything. Like when it comes to foliage, it will get rid of everything. But it's not actually gone. As you can see, I can still farm. You just can't see it. And obviously the trees will still be there, you just can't see them. But this one's actually OP. Like, it basically opens up the whole map. So if you're trying to like actually like seriously like hunt someone down, you toggle that quickly, and yeah, it's actually insane. You can see like everything's just gone. The closer you get to things, they just start disappearing. So it's not like somebody can just hide in fucking trees or something. You can actually chase them down. But yeah, it's really, really nice. And I'll show you this other one as well. Okay, so this one actually gets rid of all the rock meshes and interface. So yeah, as you can see, pretty much all gone. So if I toggle it and the foliage, which is pretty easy to do, like you can do this on the fly, you know, in game. You don't need to like take too many times, but this is what it'll look like normally. If you know someone's nearby, you just hit tab, go up, you know, get rid of the foliage, and if you want to do it extra, you could just get rid of the static mesh as well. And you can see, like, obviously I wouldn't be able to see that little turret tower right there. Might fly into it. It's a lot more hidden with all this stuff, you know. So that's pretty nice. But there's another really OP one I'm gonna show you. Basically involves the water. Okay, so this next one's like really OP for scouting water bases. Essentially it just completely gets rid of the water mesh, like entirely. So I'll show you what this one looks like. Essentially it just gets rid of the water visually, but it's still there. And if you're trying to scout, you can see like pretty well. I'll just show you when you jump in. It still registers that you're in water, and the water effect comes back a bit, but compared to like how it looks when you're outside of the water, it's just a big difference. So if you want to get this one back, you basically just have to delete the 0 and put a 1, and when you drop into the water, you'll be able to see that. Yeah. It doesn't really change your visuals underwater. I guess this is more so for like scouting above water, just because it will help you be able to like spot bases, stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically it for the video anyway. I hope this helps. If you utilize these settings, you'll probably get like a nice stable FPS somewhere. But yeah, that's been it for me. I'm out. Adios.